Welcome to the Asian Mental Health Podcast, brought to you by Shapes and Sounds. Hi Marcus.
Hello, Asami.
This season we've been talking all about therapeutic rapport, but let's talk about what do you actually do when you're in therapy, and how do you know if once you're there, if your therapist is actually a good fit for you? I think that's a question that many of us have.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend a bit of time today talking about that. But that's a hard question, right? What is a good fit? So let's start from the opposite end. Tell me of some really bad experiences that you've had. They don't have to be really bad.
Okay,
I'm just being dramatic. But bad experiences in therapy that you've had. And doing this will help us to narrow towards what is a good experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't think I've necessarily had anything that was bad. I guess I've only had situations where it didn't feel helpful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, so it's not bad.
Yeah,
we're just being dramatic.
It's just a bit why am I here kind of thing. It's this isn't really going anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that? What do you mean?
Well, I guess I'm talking about my uni sort of counseling experience, but I guess because it is meant to be short term, and I don't think the thing I was talking to my therapist about is a short term thing. So I guess I wouldn't say it's the therapist's fault. It's more the system's fault.
How did you know in the room that you're oh,
this isn't
why am
really
I
going
here?
anywhere? I guess he kept saying let's try this therapy, let's try IFS, let's try IFS. IFS is internal family systems for anyone who's listening, and that's just a kind of therapy. And then we never really got there because every session I would just bring something up, and then he was just really invested in my story, and it was he wasn't okay, I've heard enough, let's work on this thing that's been affecting you this week.
It just kept going on and on. Tell me more, tell me more,
and
tell me more.
It's just more questions about the situation, and some questions were helpful. They weren't all tell me more. They were you kind of reacted in this way when you were telling me about this. Tell me.
Tell me more.
I was gonna say tell me more, but
you didn't say tell me more, but tell me more.
You know what I mean. They weren't all just oh my god, I want to know kind of thing. But then
and no doing.
Yeah, it was just me talking for 5 sessions or how many sessions I went, but then every time he was okay, let's come up with a plan, maybe we'll do IFS.
But you never got to making that
never
plan.
got to IFS, and then I left before it all happened. So
that's so weird.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
My experience is also with the uni counselling service.
Okay.
So no, let's not be mean.
Yeah, we're not
to them.
saying uni counseling is bad. It's just
these are specific experiences that you and I have had.
Yep.
It's funny that it's common.
It's just two people.
Just two people in the universe. I don't know why that's funny. Anyway, so the uni, I don't know if we went to the same building, but it's a building next to a park. And so I think the practitioners share rooms. I don't think one person has their own therapy room and they stay there. I think they're moving around, right?
No, I think mine had separate rooms.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it was
changed, yeah.
But I walked into the room and it was really messy. It was dirty, right?
Okay.
Actually dirty. There was a yoga mat roughly rolled up and thrown in the corner. I was okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
And his bag was an old leather bag, but not in a nice vintage way.
Yeah, it was
an old leather bag.
Yeah.
And it was all scratched and crumpled and thrown in the corner.
And
it was a bit open
there or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there was on the bookshelf, it was all empty. So that's why I thought it was a shared room.
Okay.
Except for scrunched up paper.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure there were dirty tissues around too. Right? Really gross. So that was visually what I saw.
Yeah.
I think I only had one session. Oh no, I think I had 2 sessions.
Yeah.
But it was in between like my first and second year of master's. So in between that summer break. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm doing the right course. I don't know if I don't know what I'm doing here. I was so incredibly anxious. Like,
Yeah.
what have I done?
Yeah.
And then he said to me, I know that students like you,
Okay.
I know that students like you get so worked up about your grades and you get so worked up about marks, and you know it's really important, like we just like to really just relax and
like just calm down.
essentially just calm down, don't make such a big deal, right? I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I think he was implying like the Asians,
you're doing too much.
and you know how it's like, oh, you're so concerned about your grades,
Yeah.
as in like all the Asians who only care about the grades.
Yeah.
But I was there. I was like so anxious because someone in my family had died. And so I was like existentially having a crisis.
It wasn't even
like,
about the grades.
it wasn't
He was just like projecting.
He just made it up. I was like, did I say I was stressed about my grades? I was like, maybe I did. Then I was like, maybe, is that what I care about? Like when you're not doing well,
then it's like giving you a
just
lot of doubt.
spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Like, yeah, I was questioning whether I was in the right place because like someone had died. So then you're questioning your life.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll never forget that dirty office. That's such a red flag for me.
Yeah.
The last therapy thing I did was all online, telehealth. But if I was doing in person, I would look at the room and I would assess.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, does it look nice?
Yeah.
Does it smell nice?
Yeah.
Is everything clean?
Yeah.
And I think this person spoke a lot about mindfulness. I was like, yeah, mindfulness, blah, 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 whatever. And so like, was he like just rolling around on the floor doing like a bit of yoga stretching?
That's so weird.
Right?
No.
So I still remember that. That was like 10 years ago.
No, because I feel like if I saw that, it would stick with me forever.
It was quite shocking.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? They're like the bad examples, right? If you were with a real life human therapist and then you've done all your thinking and reflecting and trying to be honest with yourself, but you have assessed this is not a good fit.
Yeah.
How do you break up with your therapist?
How do I break up with my therapist?
Let's just say, like, how do you do it?
Well, the uni one, I just kind of left. So I don't think I have an experience of how I told them that I was going to leave. But yeah, do you?
I don't think so either. I think there are some opportunistic times that come up. One therapist I wasn't really keen on. And at the 6 session mark, that's when you actually have to go back to your GP. And then they, free up your last 4 Medicare rebated sessions. So you actually have to go back to your GP at that point. And then I was like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
I don't want to put in that effort.
Yeah.
So then I just never went back.
Yeah. Wait, but did you tell the therapist?
Oh, no.
So then that's kind of ghosting, right?
It's the same.
Because I did consider doing that. And I was like, no, I think I'll go back. But yeah.
Yeah. I've only had one therapist kind of follow up.
Okay. And then you had to like tell them. Like,
it's closed.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it was kind of like, she was just like, oh, I'm just checking in. Like, are you wrapping up? You know, I need to tell your GP. You know? So actually she was probably the only one that did her job properly.
Yeah.
Because the other ones that I disengaged from, I've never had like a, hey, I'm just reaching out because I need to either close your file or we can keep it open. I need to let your GP know.
Yeah.
Interesting, hey?
Yeah, and I guess it's hard, like, if it's like you're at the end of your 6th session and then they're like, oh, we'll kind of like see how we go from here. Like, it's kind of hard to tell them in person, like, oh, actually, I don't know if I'll continue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know how you would break up with your therapist.
And I don't think it's a breakup anyway, right?
I guess, like, yeah, there is an end, like, yeah.
At the end of the day, they're a service provider.
Yeah.
It's not like a friend that you have to break up with.
Yeah.
It's
and like they know people come and go and people get busy and cost of living crisis. Like, you know, like,
yeah.
I don't think a therapist should feel bad that you don't go back to them if that's what your worry is.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah. And people have
so
actively said they don't mind. It's like, I
yeah,
want you to go and find another therapist.
yeah,
I'll write you a referral letter,
yeah,
all these things. So
yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. That's the end of the story for anyone listening.
Okay. Yes, you can ghost them.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Uh,
That's just two people.
mhm.
Again, two unique individuals. Okay. What about your mental health care plan though? Can
Yeah.
you like I'm very bad at anything logistics,
Mhm,
anything
mhm,
paperwork.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
If someone wants to switch psychologists,
Yep.
like you're on a mental health care plan, it's got the name of your old therapist, then you want to switch.
Yep.
How would you do that?
So I think you can. You
Okay.
can say like you're in like your fifth session and you're like, next session I need to see someone else. You can. I think you just need to go back to your GP and get a referral for the new person. But then it's like you just keep going on. Like if that was your fifth session with the old therapist, then the next one will be your sixth one with the new one.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it doesn't like restart your 10, but it's like
Oh, I see.
the plan is valid. You just get 10 sessions with anyone throughout
Mm-hmm.
the year. But then if you were to change, you just have to get a new referral.
As in, like, you have to go back to the GP and give them the name of the new person
Yeah.
you want to go to, and then they have to swap it over, write them a letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit tedious.
Yeah.
But
But I don't know
if
if
you
you would
want,
have to do intake, all the intake stuff again. Probably. Like you might have to do like all the questionnaires and
like with the GP.
maybe.
I
I'm not
wonder,
sure
hey?
actually.
Like if you would have to book in for that 45-minute GP
Mental
session.
health consult. Well, I guess I maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, if you want to change, you can, is the thing.
And also, everyone, what we're talking about here are psychologists who are Medicare rebated, but other professions like counsellors, psychotherapists, they are not Medicare rebated, I should say. So then you don't have to involve your GP in any of this. You just go to the counsellor, and usually the out-of-pocket fee, as in how much you end up paying, often is kind of similar. Like between a psychologist and you've got the Medicare to top it up, and a counsellor without any Medicare rebate, the out-of-pocket is actually quite similar, I would say. So then if you don't need to worry about the GP or anything if you just want to go to a counsellor, and maybe that's faster for some people too, right? I think something that I've heard a lot about the frustrations that people have with therapy is like how clunky it is. You know, so many steps of the process are clunky, as in it's hard to find someone. Then you have to like try and book
Referral
in,
and, like,
a referral mental health care plan. A lot of people don't have online booking systems. You know, sometimes you have to like wait a long time, then you have to email them or like call, even that's worse.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole clunky experience and it's slow, especially when now we're so used to fast things. So then I think people are starting to turn to AI to, you know, chat about things. It's like number 2 of the most, I think it's actually number 1 of like what people use ChatGPT for or AI for. Therapy and companionship. And then the next one is finding your purpose. I was like, wow, I feel like that's more concerning.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we go back to therapy, what do you think about AI use for therapy, especially in this context of therapeutic rapport, like building a trusting relationship?
I guess it's like quite nuanced.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's I guess it's kind of tricky to give a like
Is it good or bad?
all-encompassing answer. Yeah. But I guess like there are some good aspects. Like I'll start with the good things. I think obviously because AI is like just kind of pulling information, pulling sort of like language patterns off the internet. Like I guess if you were to sort of like message it and be like, I'm feeling this way, this way, this way, like it can kind of pull like information online and be like, oh, like maybe you're experiencing this, maybe you're experiencing this, because it can kind of just like search the internet
So
with
it's like
your
a
symptoms
really
kind of thing.
fast, like Google search
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in that sense, it's like kind of like psychoeducation. Like it's giving people like some more language to like describe how they're feeling, or like they might be like, oh, like this thing that I'm experiencing is depression, and then I might need to then go and see a therapist for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
like
think
that.
it can also help recommend you to see services that I have not tried. I think it can,
think
right?
so,
Like it'll be
right?
like go to Lifeline or something. I don't know.
I think so. I think
Don't quote me
so.
on this.
But I'm not sure if it's doing that because it knows who I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how your
Oh,
ChatGPT
yeah.
gets to know
Okay.
you,
Yep.
and then if I've put in resources like that into ChatGPT,
Yep.
maybe it's just spitting it back at me. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, I don't
You would
know
hope
too.
so, right?
Yeah.
And
But
that those links are like relevant to your country, relevant to your age
that's
group.
true. Yeah.
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 I don't
I
know.
don't know. But yeah, I think that's all the good stuff
Okay,
for AI, I think.
psychoeducation and speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Bad things?
bad things, well, obvious one is it's a machine. So I guess it can kind of like offer you like emotional support. It can be like, yeah, like this is a hard time you're going through, blah, blah, blah. But I guess one thing to remember is like it is at the end of the day pulling that off the internet. So it's not really processing what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
just saying, it's just, I don't know how AIs work, but like
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it's like you're putting this statement into the chat box and then it will look through the internet of like this kind of language pattern or like the letters,
Yeah.
and then it will like look for like what's the corresponding response. So then like it might be saying stuff like, oh, this is a really hard time, but then like this might be pulled off from like, I don't know,
Reddit.
Headspace
Yeah.
website, where it's like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
how you support your friend, and then like they just like copy
yeah.
paste. But like, I don't know, maybe that's not how AI works, but that's how I think it works.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
so
I
it's
guess
not real.
yeah, it's just kind of mimicking what's out there on the internet already. Yeah.
Interesting, huh? I've even heard like some stuff, I don't know if it's real, about psychosis and
Oh my
being
God, yeah, I
induced by
have. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me about that
So
article?
I
Yeah.
have read some stuff, like obviously I think this is still quite new and like people will need to research more about like how this all happens and stuff. But I think one sort of danger with using AI is that it can sort of leave room for like psychosis or like psychotic sort of thinking. Like
Yeah.
it might trigger some kind of delusions you have, especially with the stuff where it's kind of constantly reaffirming you and be like kind of constantly supporting what you say. Like I guess you can
like,
kind of,
yes, that sounds hard. Yes,
yeah,
it
and then
must
you
be so
can kind
difficult
of
for you.
fall into a trap where it's like enabling you to keep having these thoughts kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there's like other kinds of like psychosis as well. Like for example, someone might think that the AI that they're talking to is run by foreign intelligence organizations, because
Yeah.
obviously it's like, I don't know how many people really know how AI works. So then it's like, who is really on the other side of the screen, you know? So like
Yeah.
that can obviously trigger a lot of paranoia. Like where is this information going? Who am I actually talking to?
Yeah.
And then also that like people might think that AI is sending them a personal message or like something of significance through like the way they're talking.
Yeah, right. Oh, like some kind of secret code or
Yeah,
secret
like they're
message.
like saying something and it's oh, like this is like a message that like the AIs want me to know or something like that.
Yeah,
I guess
right.
there's just so much ambiguity with like AI as in general that it's like, I don't know. To me, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel comforting.
That's true. Like there are too many unknowns
Yeah.
intersecting with people who might have really challenging mental health concerns.
Yeah.
And if we don't know enough about how the LLM works,
Yeah.
as well as like trying to support someone who might have symptoms of psychosis as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
or early psychosis, then like how do we support them too?
Exactly. I guess that's kind of essentially what I'm trying to say with the AI as well. Like it will just, I don't know, like there isn't enough governance around AI and it's like we don't even really know, well, I don't really know how it works. So I'm sure people know how it works, but
we using little free ChatGPT,
yeah,
we don't know yet.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of everyday people don't know as well. So I guess it's good to stay informed of like what is the AI actually doing and like where is it actually pulling all of this stuff that it's saying to you from.
Yeah.
But it also has to do with like you, I guess, knowing what to ask. And like,
oh, like the prompt.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I think like you know the bounds of like what the relationship you have with AI
With my
is.
friend Chetty.
So
Yeah.
you ask questions that won't be so crazy. Does
Yeah,
that
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense? Does that do
No,
you
I
feel like that?
think
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of mental health literacy and AI literacy,
Mm,
right? It's
yeah.
like I know within me, all right, this is out of control. I need to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
And AI literacy of like, it's telling me this because I've asked a prompt in a particular way.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you're right. It's like I know how to prompt it. I know what it's doing, and I know where that answer's coming from.
Yeah.
So the answer in everything is literacy is important. It's a privilege
Yeah.
for literacy, right?
Definitely.
AI literacy, mental health literacy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think people say that they're using AI for therapy, but I don't actually think that it is. So
Okay, what
I
do you
think,
mean?
okay, what I mean is, I think they're like opening up ChatGPT, they're having a hard day. They're like, oh God, I feel so stressed at work today. My boss is killing me.
Yeah.
And then they tell that to the AI, and then the AI is like, oh, have you tried mindfulness? Have you
Yeah.
gone for a walk? Have
Yeah.
you know? But that's not actually therapy.
Yeah.
You know, so complaining to your
Okay. I get
AI
what you mean.
is not therapy. Like maybe people think that having a complaint or talking about something hard is me going to therapy.
Yeah.
But therapy is so different.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. Like that's
Right?
just a part of what you might do at therapy.
Yeah.
But it's like therapy is more than you just talking and then a therapist being like, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we all think we're using it for therapy, but it's not. We're just like, we just want to share our thoughts and our frustrations every now and then, like a little journal.
Yeah. Like you're getting a bit of a therapeutic feeling, but it's not therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say so?
Yeah, now that you put it that way, I think I agree. Yeah.
Do you do that?
Talk to ChatGPT? No, I don't.
Oh man,
Do you?
Such a hard time. I have.
I've never.
But I use it for very like strange work skills.
Okay.
So like this is obviously not at Shapes and Sounds.
Yeah.
Because it's like I run the organization. I could set the rules.
Yep.
But but for other organizations, like sometimes I don't know how things work in organizations. So I was like, I'm having such a hard time at my work. My contract is ending. I've only got 2 more weeks to go.
Yeah.
Like, how do I like,
how do I put up with that?
Yeah, you know, and then it'll give me, it's probably pulling things from all these like HR resources.
Yeah, but that
right?
I don't think that's therapy though.
That's not therapy
like,
though, right?
I wouldn't I guess you could go to a therapist for that. Like,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say that's therapy. Like that's something I would ask like a friend as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, maybe ChatGPT is my friend.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's my companion. So
Yeah.
I'm like the same as everyone. Number one, companionship.
It's like give me
What
a
would you
second
do?
opinion. Yep.
Yeah. Would you rather bad therapy or ChatGPT?
Okay. Well, I guess it depends
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
If you're looking for very, very short-term emotional support, like something happened at uni and I need someone to talk to right now. First of all, there's the Lifeline chat, online chat, so you could reach out to that.
Yep.
But
And that's a real human on the other end.
that is a real human, and it's online. You don't have to speak on the phone, nothing online. So there is that option. But if you still wanted to use ChatGPT, I would say maybe okay in the really, really short term sense. Like if you just want some kind of like emotional support, like immediately.
Okay.
But long term, no. Definitely not ChatGPT. And
like,
I would
what do you mean long term?
like I guess if you really want some kind of change or some kind of long term, I don't know, learning a coping skill or like learning something that you can, I don't know, something that can like improve your mental health long term, then ChatGPT will definitely not be able to give you that. Then I would maybe prefer the not so good fit therapist who is still okay at their job.
Who's still a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if ChatGPT remembers everything?
I don't know.
Should we try and compare the human therapist?
Yep, to what
with the
ChatGPT says.
Okay. So we're doing an experiment of me, a real life human therapist, and then ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'll put in the prompt. I'll read it to you, and then you give me your answer, and then I'll
We'll press
enter
enter.
and then get the ChatGPT answer. But hopefully, ChatGPT is not listening to your answers and it just like spits out what you say.
Okay, if you're listening, also Marcus is actually typing into ChatGPT. If
Yeah,
you're
so this
watching
is
on YouTube,
real,
you can see. Yeah.
real time experiment. Like, I'm a stressed out psychology honors student, very worried and anxious about my marks and my future. Um, I don't know what I want to do anymore, and
Wait, it's so deep. It's like getting really personal.
I feel like I I feel like life has no meaning.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
What I would say in that, I would say okay, thank you, Marcus, for telling me. I can hear there's a lot going on for you, but I want to ask you, like, what's it like now? Like, now that you've told me, what does it feel like for you to tell me that now?
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
We'll see what the
Next
ChatGPT
step.
says. Okay, so I'm going to click enter. Oh my God, it's making me sign in. I'm going to do Gemini instead because that one's logged in.
Okay. We'll go to Gemini.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very, very long answer.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so I'll just give the gist. So it's saying, hey there, it sounds like you're going through a really tough time right now.
Okay,
The pressure of
that matches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The pressure of an honest student can feel immense, and it's completely understandable that you're feeling stressed and anxious about your marks. Many students in your position feel the same way, and it like breaks down a lot. It's like, how can you deal with the stress? And it's like, take small, manageable steps, talk to someone, prioritize your well-being. And then it's great that you're thinking about your future, but let's try not to let it consume your present. And it's saying like you have options, postgrad isn't the only path, blah, 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 whatever.
Okay.
And then right now, the most important thing is to be kind to yourself. You're doing a tough degree and it's natural to feel overwhelmed. Don't be afraid to lean on your support network and the resources available to you. Taking one step at a time, focusing on what you can control and giving yourself a break will make a world of difference. And then it says, what's the one thing on your mind right now that feels most urgent to deal with? And maybe we can start there.
Oh, yuck.
So
Okay. Tell me your feelings.
My
though.
feeling?
Yeah. When you read that, you're like, yeah, tell me.
Okay, well, obviously when I read this is like just like Google. Like it's like I could have Googled like how to deal with uni stress.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel, none of the advice feels personalized.
Okay.
You know? And it's kind of, it's doing too much. So
It's a lot, isn't it?
yeah, like I wouldn't read all of that if I was stressed. Like I wouldn't be like, I can take small manageable steps and talk to someone, you know?
You're like,
Like, yeah.
You're like, actually, that's why I'm talking to you.
Yeah, like give me something quick and I don't know. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I also think is not good about that? It's like, it is what you shared earlier. It's like it reiterates exactly what you're thinking, right? So it's like it's really valid to feel really stressed about your exams and you're in a high pressure course.
Yep.
But like the choice that I use was like, sounds like there's a lot going on. It's very neutral.
Yep.
You know, it's not like, wow, oh my God, Marcus, that's so tough.
Yeah.
Because that's like feeding into more intensity and more emotionality. Because I keep it neutral.
Yeah.
And then I literally gave you nothing. And I just want to know what it's like for you to tell me, because that helps you.
It's like focusing on the present moment.
Exactly.
Like I'm not like gonna think about more of the stress.
Yeah.
You know? And in here it's like, like postgrad is not the only option. Like you don't have to do a PhD. But then I feel like, I don't know, like everyone wants to do that though. So that's not really like, I just won't put myself through the stress. Like, I don't know. I guess what we're trying to say is the ChatGPT or the Gemini answer didn't have nuance and it was just pulling whatever it could off the internet.
But it's also good to try.
Yeah.
To test
it's good
it
to
out.
know. Good to know what what it can do and what it can't do.
We've gone on a wild tangent with Gemini in the middle of it all. But how do you know when your therapist is a good fit?
Well, I guess it's quite nice when they can ask you like, oh, how was this thing you were mentioning last time as well? Like that's like, oh, like you actually remember. Like that's, I think
That's
a
nice.
therapist
Yeah.
should do that. Like, whereas I've heard other instances where it's like people go in and they just talk about it, and like every time they kind of talk about the same thing, and then nothing really eventuates out of it. But
Yeah.
that's another thing. So then I'll kind of talk, and then there'll be a lot of things, and then we'll land on a point really, really early on in the session, like 5-10 minutes in, and then that will be the thing we work on. So it's not like we just kind of keep like complaining, and then like time ends. So
but there's like, it kind of has a structure to the session.
yeah, and there's like more control. And I guess if I'm just kind of talking to someone like that, I can kind of do with anyone, whereas like with a therapist who can kind of have control and like actually do therapeutic work with me, like then I'm more reassured that it's like, oh, like they actually kind of have a good understanding of like what I need. Then in that sense, I'm able to feel more comfortable.
Yeah, right.
And then so I guess
I think a lot of people think about therapy as you go in. People just keep asking you questions, and then like, and then what happened? Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah. And how
What
do you
about,
feel? How do you feel?
How do you feel? what about your parents? You know, always. What about your childhood? But actually, containment is really important, and containment is this idea of like, you don't keep opening things up. You don't keep opening up boxes.
Yeah.
But in fact, you actually close a lot of things too, so that people are not like flooding, like things aren't pouring out, but actually you're helping to kind of organize and hold spaces so you're not just kind of bleeding out everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a really important part, especially in trauma work. Like if you are in trauma work and you're just asking, how do you feel? How do you feel?
Oh my
That's
God.
like really dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, actually it's more like you spend more time being like, okay, we'll talk about that
Today,
next
this
week.
is the feeling.
Yeah.
Let's wrap
Focus
this one
here.
up. Yep.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
I think similar to you, like good experiences I've had, containment is key. I think like in early sessions, it's really easy to go in and blurt everything out. And that's so natural, right? We're talking about this before, but it's so natural for your session one to just be an absolute word vomit of everything that's gone wrong in your life.
Yep.
But then from there, if the therapist can really help you to just kind of, okay, pack that one up, pack that one up. Let's start here. Let's just a little box over here. Let's start working here.
Yep.
And people that pace really well. I think people, you can't go too slow, you can't go too fast.
Yeah.
You've got to just meet the person where they're at, but slow it down a smidge.
Yep.
I think people who, I think everyone like listens and nods and looks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a given. If your therapist is not doing that, then that's not good. For me, it's definitely like, do not sink into my madness.
Yeah.
You do a really good job and be strong, and like, don't worry that I'm a therapist as well. I've had therapists who find it hard to work with another therapist because they feel very shy or like nervous about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like as in what do you mean? Like,
I think because they know that you know what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So then they're like, oh, that's weird. Another thing I like is when people just stick to their lane, meaning I don't want a therapist to tell me anything about yoga or exercise or running. It's like, listen, I've got support for that.
Yeah.
I don't need any support for these other things.
Yep.
Or like, but maybe they're all linked, like diet and nutrition and whatever. And I would, or like anything to do with like work scheduling or anything like organizing my life wise. I have no interest. I just want to focus on the therapy.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I
when
get
people
that.
stay in their lane.
Okay. I never thought about that, but I think that makes sense.
It makes sense, right? You don't need any kind of other support.
Yeah. No.
Even though it's all connected.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you know then that the therapy is working?
The simplest way to put it is that you should just feel better. Like, the way I've noticed that the therapy is working is the relationships I have in my life are better, and especially like relationships with family. It might be like, oh, like this thing that my dad does, like it used to frustrate me, but actually now I can really contain my emotions and it won't really annoy me as much anymore.
Yeah,
And I can
nice.
just listen, and then actually everything is fine, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like it's those little moments of realizing like, oh, like actually I'm able to handle this situation better. Or like I feel more in control in this situation. Like there is some kind of little change.
But it has a profound impact.
Yeah, I guess so.
And have you ever found, this is the case for me, but have you ever found that it's like one day you realize you're no longer annoyed by the thing?
Yeah.
Or like, for an example for me is like one day I just realized I was like laughing. Like this is in a really dark time in my life, obviously.
Like, oh, I'm happy.
You're like, wow, like I literally have not heard myself laugh for a long time. And then you're like, oh, it must be working.
Yeah. Like I think the therapy, I think sometimes the change is like, it just kind of happens. Like it's not like you finish a session and then that night you feel better. It's just like something happens, I don't know, when you're sleeping, like you're still processing it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then one day it will just kind of happen and you realize like, oh, like something must have
works.
changed. Like something in my brain must have changed. And then now I'm fine kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you're in therapy, it's like, don't forget that the benefit might come after. It's like, probably you might actually feel worse after a specific session because you feel really open and vulnerable.
Yeah, and like tired. Like,
tired,
so
emotional.
Tiring, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good to highlight. Like people feel tired after going to a therapy session.
No, it's so tiring.
Right?
Yeah.
So then you don't feel great then, but that doesn't mean it's not working.
Yeah.
But then what? 3 weeks down the track, 6 weeks down the track?
Yeah.
You might be like, hey,
I feel good. I'm a new person.
Everyone, if you are in the process of looking for a therapist, if you have thought about maybe having a therapist of an Asian cultural identity might be helpful. Maybe there are some interesting themes that you're working through that relate to your culture and your identity, then please know that we have a practitioner list of over 100 Asian mental health practitioners located all over Australia, except for a few states, which we shared. If you're in Tasmania, please contact us. I don't know why there are none in Tassie. Okay.
I think there's another state too, but I can't remember which one.
Northern Territory? Oh, no. Smurfy represents
Yeah.
Northern Territory for us. Thank you.
No, there's one more then. But wait,
That's interesting.
how many states do we have? 7 states, 7 states and territories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have 5 states on our website.
Okay, so it must
Northern
be NT.
Territories and Tasmania then, yeah.
There is an Asian population in NT though.
Yeah,
so
there is.
we need to try harder.
Yeah.
If you're in Darwin and other parts of Northern Territory, please reach out.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you. And you will provide so much support to the people living there.
Yeah.
Who are probably going to email us saying, why don't you have any therapists in Darwin?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, you can find us on Instagram and LinkedIn at Just Shapes and Sounds. If you're on those social media platforms, we always link to our practitioner list and you'll see interviews with practitioners too. Please subscribe and leave us a review on your favourite podcast app because it really helps other people find us. It's just the way the world works, isn't it? Please download this episode for offline listening. I think it'll be funny if you listen back in even 6 months' time and listen to this AI chat.
Definitely.
Who knows how it will age. And most importantly, please share this episode with your friends because word of mouth really helps to destigmatize mental health within Asian communities. Marcus, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, this was fun.
The Asian Mental Health Podcast is a production from Shapes and Sounds, and it's made on the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. This show is hosted by Asami Koike, Marcus Lai and Oscar Abe, and produced by Yo Chung. We're proudly supported by the Victorian Department of Health's Diverse Communities program. All thoughts and ideas you hear are independently ours and our guests.